We are not turning these things into movies. Yeah, look at the Lagos War, for example. It's a classic movie story. Koshoko versus Akitoye. The battle for the throne.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and the way they were trying to outmaneuver each other. You know, and then Akitoye going to Badagry. You know, and then teaming up with, was it Beecroft?
Beecroft, that's right. You know? Well done.
And then getting back, hitting Lagos back, taking over, trying to get back his throne, getting his throne back, Koshoko running off again, you know, and Glover trying to get him back. The whole thing reads like a
movie already.
Yeah, like a movie, and that's what the Americans or the Britons do. Take those stories, turn them into classic movies. You know, and then people can keep remembering them.
They create edutainment through education and entertainment, a merger of both. If you watch an American epic, you go away thinking, oh, that was a good movie, but a lot of it has sunk into your subconsciousness. You've taken in that information and you've filed it away as fact. So that's why they call it edutainment, and it's a unique way of building community spirit.
And there are some names that are very famous today. You know, I saw bits and pieces of their histories here.
Yeah.
So, for example, the great Madam Tinubu in your book, who was very much part of dethroning Kusoko. Is she related to the famous Governor Tinubu?
Yes, it's the same
former Governor of Lagos State.
Same Tinubu family of Kakawa.
It's the same Tinubu family.
Yeah, whose origins were from Abeokuta, but she was a very prominent, prolific figure in the 1800s in Lagos.
That explains a lot about Tinubu as we know him today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's the same family. It's the same family. And she was a key figure in that entire episode, because she was Kosoko's arch enemy, being a slave trader herself. And Kosoko was heavily invested in the business with the Portuguese, and which was one of the pretexts, the subtext, the pretext to which the British used to overthrow him, forgetting, of course, that Akitoye that they were installing was himself a slave trader. So it was full of intrigue.
But the Madam Tinubu here was from Abeokuta?
Yes.
According to what you wrote here?
Yes. Actual fact, she was, yes.
So can we trace the lineage of Governor Tinubu to Abeokuta then?
Ah, is that what you're doing? No.
You don't want to get into that?
No, we're talking 250 years ago. This is a long time. So, I mean, at that time, anyway, the majority of the people who were prominent in Lagos were from the Egba extract. If I'm not mistaken, she herself was a relative of King Akitoye. Okay. So she was also related to King Akitoye.
At the end of the day, when you look back into history, there was a lot of merger of races and tribes and all that. I mean,
absolutely.
Look, from what you wrote here about the story of Lagos, for example, the Benins and Lagosians have very, very close history, if I may put it that way.
That's correct.
That's correct.
Yes, that's correct. They share a 500-year history. Don't forget, the Benin Empire, and I stress that word, it was an empire, was one of the most successful empires in the Western Sudan. You can check your history well. The headquarters of the empire was Benin City. Was a hugely walled city with an intricate collection of crossroads and streets. It's reputed that the Dutch, who came in the 1400s, copied the crossroad mechanism and replicated it in parts of Holland when they went back. The Benin Empire was one of the most successful, most intricately organized empires in the Western Sudan, in the history of the Western Sudan. The Beninese then used Lagos as one of its entreports to the sea, and that was the. So there was a huge Benin army camp here in Lagos.
Next week, we'll be digging more into history, and it might get a bit controversial as we explore the Port Harcourt volunteer by former CEO of Nemeth Pharmaceuticals, Mazi Sam Ohuabunwa. The Port Harcourt volunteer is his spectacular memoir about his Biafra war experiences. Here's a teaser. Who is to blame for the Nigerian Civil War?
If you ask me, truly, there are many actors. The instigator was the guys who did the coup. They instigated it. Because if that coup did not happen, probably there would have been nothing that would have led to one.
The January 1966
coup. They were the originators of the problem. The 26th July coup in
1966 July
was a reply, you know. And for me, as I said, as a broad-minded person, I could understand that coup. And I'm sure you've read other stories about the war. About it was not an Igbo coup.
You don't think it was an Igbo coup?
It wasn't an Igbo coup. Majority of
a lot
people,
of commentators say it was an Igbo coup.
It's not an Igbo coup. Go and look at the list of the people who planned the coup. There were very few Igbo.
Look out for that next week. I am Olakunle Kasumo. Remember, one great book can change your life. Bye-bye.